Commandment number 5. I will model emotional control.
There you go.
If I want them to stay composed under pressure, I'll show them what it looks like from the stands. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not doing it, then the kids aren't going to do it. Think about that. How many times if you're freaking out after a play, think about what they're going to do. So emotional control is probably the number one thing that youth, sports, kids, and parents need to know and get down. Just understand that your emotional regulation is so important, not only for yourself, but for your kids.
And that's one of the hardest parts, right? Like just the idea of these little tiny humans we love more than anything else on this planet are out there competing. So of course we're emotionally invested in it.
Yeah.
And we want what's best for them. And the other piece of it that I've just come to learn more and more is that youth sports really is a mirror, and it shines a light on, I'm mixing metaphors there, I'm sorry, but it shines a light on all the things we have buried deep inside of us that we haven't dealt with. Like when our kid messes up and strikes out with the bases loaded, it reminds us of a time that we failed at something and let people down. And if we haven't dealt with those emotions, then it's just going to come spewing out of us in terms of how we react on the sideline. Not because our kid made a mistake or failed at something, but because we had something inside of us that we needed to get out because we never processed our version of that.
Right. And how many times have you had that where, I had another parent come up to me when we were doing ground ball lines and is like, back in my day, as soon as I hear back in my day, I'm like, okay, this is going to be terrible.
Is this the one you told me about?
Yeah. It's like back in my day, okay. We would run a poll for every error and every strikeout or whatever. And it's like, yeah, I know we did.
For those of you that aren't baseball parents, a poll is from foul line to foul line and back. So
yeah. And I mean, we play on 300-foot fences, which again is not major league by any means, but it's a big run. And so, I mean, I did the math and I was like, our kids would still be running now. Right now, in July, our kids would still be running based on that. It's like, don't give me that crap about how things were different in your day or whatever, because guess what? My coaches growing
maybe
up.
Maybe they were, but we also learned from those things.
They would have gone ape crap over some of the things that my kids do. And guess what? I have shame because of it. Or I've had to spend time adjusting to it. So it's like, don't do the things that have been done to you just because they were done to you or you think that's all you know. We need to do what's best, and we know that what's best is when we're emotionally regulated. Does there need to be consequences for bad behavior, poor performance? Yes, sure. Does there need to be, critique as well as praise? Yes. What's my role as a parent? To have my kids grow up to be, healthy, well-adjusted, and kind adults, and also to have a good relationship with me when they're older. So is that going to come from being overly critical, or is that going to come from encouraging and being, emotionally regulated? I would argue it would come from the second.
I tell people I can still smell the gymnasium from my 5th grade basketball game where I had to yell at my dad running down the court to tell him to stop yelling at me. I was wearing a black jersey and black shorts and black and white shoes. I was running on the left side of the court. Dad was over in those little metal folding chairs. He'd been yelling at me. He's like second or third row of the stands. And I had to turn and yell at him to shut up in the middle of a game because he'd been yelling at me so much. I was 10 years old. That was 28 years ago. I still remember all of that. And he didn't understand at the time that his lack of emotional control was impacting me. His lack of composure was making things harder on me. He apologized for it to his credit afterwards, but I still remember that. That's how much of an impact the way we act on the sidelines can be.
My sister was a collegiate athlete. She played soccer in college, and we still remember the number one thing about our parents. I mean, they never got on our case about things, and they were not. But the one thing we remember is, if you get hurt or if you fall down, you have 10 seconds to get up before mom will literally be on the field. Literally, because when she tore her ACL, the number one thing she was thinking was, I need to stand up within 10 seconds, otherwise my mom is going to be running on this field. And that's what happened. Because, in a well-meaning way, and I don't mean to say anything disrespectful to my mother, but it was like that level of like non-emotional regulation, not only when you do
My
good or bad,
baby,
but
my
like
baby.
literally just getting injured. And so it's like, if I fell over, it's like, I'm hopping up right away. Why? Because I don't want my mom running onto this basketball court.
Yeah. Oh, that was a perfect dismount.
Buzzer beater.
Congratulations on that. You don't even have the clock in front of you.
No idea.
That was one of the 10 commandments of healthy sports parenting. If you want to watch them all together in the full episode, that link is down in the show notes below. The next season of the Healthy Sports Parents podcast starts August 13th. If you want that, make sure you subscribe here or on your favorite podcast platform. If you want daily videos with different topics, make sure to follow us on social at Healthy Sports Parents. We put out a new video every single day. Most of all, enjoy watching your kids play the sport they love. We'll see you soon.